Hey everybody, welcome back to the Casa. So I did a video a year ago now, I guess. Like I say, I haven't done these in a long time, and I'm trying to get back to doing them. Anyway, I did a video about a year ago now, when I talked about some stuff that my ex-girlfriend and I had put away for storage, just for emergency stuff, what have you. And in that video, I discussed the fact that we had put it away in July of 2014, I believe. And at the time, that was almost 5 years ago. And we took a look at beans, and we took a look at the rice that we made. And I did a quick follow-up video on that where I was soaking the beans, but I never did a follow-up on the chili. So the chili, by the way, turned out really good. That was really great stuff. But along with that, one of the things we did was my ex-wife was a Thrive distributor for a while, Thrive Life. And if you're familiar with their product, they do a freeze-dried, long-term storage product. It's veggies and meat and all kinds of stuff. And various things have various shelf lives. I think a lot of their stuff is like got a 25-year shelf life if you don't open it. Once you open it, it's a lot shorter than that, obviously, because it is freeze-dried and then the moisture gets to it and that sort of thing. Well, at the same time we put together the beans and the rice, one of the things we did is she had recommended, or my ex-wife had recommended the Thrive products, and we figured we'd try them out. My ex-girlfriend and I, and so we made up one of the recipes they have for their stuff, because it's all individual items. It's corn, it's beans, it's spices, it's you know, hot peppers, etc., that are all individually made, and you make your own recipes. Unlike some of these other companies where it's already pre-made. There's a lot of salt in it, there's a lot of junk in it, etc., etc. The Thrive stuff is basically, the ingredients for corn is corn. You know, the ingredients for green beans is green beans. So we thought we'd try out that taco soup, and we made some, and it was really good as far as making it right then and there, and it was really tasty. But one of the criticisms that we had, and it's just a matter of personal preference, was that it was really thin. It was a broth soup, kind of thing. I mean, there was burger in it and stuff, but it just was a thinner soup. It was a vegetable stock soup, basically. So at the time, one of the things we tried is we added couscous to it, and made it, rather than being a soup, we made it kind of like a taco spiced couscous. And it was we added instant couscous to it. So long story short, too late for that, I know. We went ahead and we made up a bunch of it, and at the same time we vacuum packed it. That we did the beans and the rice, and I just ran across it. This is now October, the end of October. I think a couple of days is going to be Halloween of 2019. So that's 5 years down the road. And I just ran across some of it that we had packaged up and that it was still being stored. And look, I could beat somebody to death with this. This was in one of those food savers and vacuum packed, and it's still got a seal. I could kill somebody with this. So I thought, I'm probably going to kill myself because it's way past the expiration date. Anybody that's a Thrive user or a distributor is looking at me now with their mouth agape. The taco soup recipe, one of the things in it is ground beef. And on the Thrive website, the ground beef is good for up to 1 year once you've opened it. We're going to try it. So I got some water boiling. I'm going to open one of these packages up. You know, I looked at them. They don't look like they've got any weevils or anything else in them. You know, I don't see anything. I don't see any creepy crawlies. So we're gonna open some of this up, and we're gonna give it a shot. Now, there's two different styles of bags here. I guess because of whatever I got on sale, blah blah blah. So we're gonna. These two look really smooth. I don't see any issues with them. This is a different kind of bag. It's crinkly all over. So if we're going to kill ourselves, let's go big. We're going to open up this one that's kind of crunchy looking on the outside, but it doesn't look crunchy looking on the inside. And we're going to give it a shot. I got a bowl and got some water. Basically what prompted me to do this evening was I've been working on windows and stuff around the house. As you can tell, I don't know a whole lot of people who keep joint compound on their kitchen stove. I'm working on the house kind of thing, so you can kind of tell. But anyway, we're gonna open this up, see how it goes. So let me pop this bag, and I heard it suck in. It's definitely still got a vacuum seal to it. It is kind of solid in here, and I don't know, it smells okay, but it's kind of solid. So that's not too promising, because yeah, this one, I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it other than it's kind of a solid mass. So, well, you know what? Let's set this one aside. We will try it. We'll dehydrate it, or we'll add water to it later. Let's open up one of these smoother ones and see how they do. Maybe that one, the package got a little cracked or something. Now this one, it's fine. It's powder. I'm going to throw this in here. Now, I'm not going to make any guarantees that this is going to be edible, or that I'm not going to end up in a damn hospital or some shit. But I mean, it looks, I don't know if you guys can see, it looks okay. It looks like powder, and, you know, there's corn in here. I think there's ground beef in this. I'm not real sure, but I think there's supposed to be ground beef in it. But I mean, it's all crumbly and what have you. So I'm gonna add some hot water to it. We're gonna see what it makes. So I don't remember how much I was supposed to add to this and what have you. We're just gonna kind of wing it. So I'm just gonna pour a bunch in and fill the bowl. Now keep in mind there's couscous in here, if memory serves, and the couscous is going to swell up. So it's going to suck up a lot of this water. We'll give it about 5 minutes to, you know, to do its thing. But to smell it, I mean, it smells like taco soup, you know? I don't see any nasties floating to the top, what have you. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit. We'll give it a few minutes, and we'll come back, because this has to all rehydrate. Because keep in mind that's, you know, this corn and stuff is all dehydrated corn. I don't know if you can kind of see if it'll come in focus or not, but I'm gonna give this 5-10 minutes. And we'll see what it does. Now, I make no guarantees. You know, you guys may see me in the hospital tomorrow. We'll see. But we'll give this a try. All right, we'll be back in about 5. All right, guys. So we're back. It's been about 5-10 minutes now since I put the boiling water in there, and while I was waiting for the one off camera, I went ahead, and the one that was hard when I opened the package, I went ahead and made it up too, just to see. I used, of course, a different bowl and a different spoon, so you know there's no cross-contamination kind of thing, what have you, just in case the one was bad. So I think what the difference between the two of them is I think that the one that was all solid didn't have any couscous in it. I've made them both up. They've both been sitting pretty much about the same amount of time. And this was the first one I made up, and this definitely has couscous in it. Now, I don't know if we can see it on camera. See how thick that is? Nice and thick. I'll tell you, it smells great. It smells just like tacos. Give it a taste. It's not tasting off. It's not got any kind of a weird sweet or rancid or what have you taste to it. Now, admittedly, you know, the taco seasoning, maybe that's covering it. I don't know. But it tastes good. The beef's not hard or anything else. It tastes like, you know, it's got the consistency of ground beef. The corn has come out nice. The peppers have come out nice. I'm digging it. I'm gonna go eat this for dinner. This was the other package. This was the one that, when I opened it up, was really hard, like a brick. And I think what may have happened is because of being in that package, it just compressed like you would do a hard brick. Because the difference is there's no couscous in this. Now I don't know if you can see, but I mean that's soup. You know, the other one you can see it's got a real thick consistency. This one doesn't. But you know, it's got the ground beef in there. It's got the corn in there. To be honest, it smells fine too. I'm digging it. It's not got a weird taste to it. Now, caveat on that. People are probably going, "Oh my God, look at his hands; they're so filthy." I got wood putty and what have you all over my hands. But to be honest, full disclosure, I got a pretty iron stomach. Even for my age, I know when you get up there in age, I'm 55, almost 56. People start having problems with digestion and things like that. To be honest, I've got a pretty iron constitution. I was in the Army for 22 years. I lived in Korea. I lived in Egypt. I lived in Germany, Guam, Puerto Rico, Panama, a bunch of different places, and I ate a bunch of different things. And some of them maybe not as good for you as they probably should have been. A lot of street vendor food and things like that. So, you know, what does not kill you makes you stronger, I guess. But the bottom line is my constitution's pretty good. So I don't recommend doing this to anybody. Let's be honest. Don't do this. I've been working all day. I was hungry. I didn't feel like doing a whole lot of cooking. I decided I'd go ahead and throw this in and see how it goes. I like it, man. It's tasting all right. If you know, if this gets posted, then I'm still alive, and we'll go from there. But despite the fact that this stuff is now 5.5 years old and 5.5 years out of the original packaging, like I say, it's been stored in you know, the airtight food saver bags, and it hasn't lost its vacuum. But other than that, nothing special. It's been in a cabinet. Despite that fact, it's still pretty palatable. Now, nutrition-wise, I don't know what, you know, it probably lost its nutritional value, what have you, but when you're hungry, you're hungry. You want to fill that space, this would do it. I would be happy with this. I wouldn't want to do it for a year because, you know, I'd probably be malnourished or whatever, but I could get by on this for 3 or 4 days when the power's out and I didn't have anything else. So, in my opinion, you know, thumbs up. Then again, I'm a little loco. So, there you go. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I'm going to go take my my taco soup and my taco couscous, and I'm gonna go have dinner.